out of the zone, chasing it down, getting those opportunities, looking for short-handed goals.
Yeah, they've been excellent on the penalty kill. They do start this period with a penalty kill. Chinese Taipei, New Zealand on the power play for a minute 27.
Third period action coming to you from the Dunedin Ice Stadium. New Zealand up 2-1 and on the power play. Carey with it as we get underway for the final 20 in the opening round here in Dunedin. Daigle with a long pass up to Eden. Eden throws it in for the rim around to McIntosh. He leaves it. Goes to Carey. Carey chases behind, leaves it again for McIntosh in the corner to Daigle, to Eden as they cycle around here on the power play, and that's turned over and sent only as far as Daigle, but he does go to neutral ice as he grips, drops, and plays the puck. And he holds on to it as New Zealand sets up with 42 seconds to go on the power play. Up to McIntosh. That's flipped away by Chang into the corner, but turned back over to New Zealand. Passed in front. Daig's knocked down, and it's 2-on-1 developing for Chinese Taipei. Eden back on defense. Long shot into Brooks. Brooks holds on to it, which is exactly what Chinese Taipei was looking for, a face-off in their offensive zone.
Yeah, this is the danger if New Zealand do end up turning the puck over high in their defensive zone. Chinese Taipei so fast to pounce on those opportunities, to drive up ice.
Absolutely, and so it's a great way to kill penalties is getting shots on the opposition net.
Yeah, play down the other end.
Yang
sure.
gets that face-off to Pack, and that gets, or to Pan, and that goes behind Brooks. That deflection, that dangerous one, just slightly off target, or a shorthander was on tap there. Now it's to Burns. Burns looking up, passes across the ice. That's going to go
not icing.
Not played there, so not icing. And the penalty is over. 5-on-5 hockey now. And a good hit there by Dalmato. Deflection, and that puck going to New Zealand. A good break as that goes right to to Burns' stick, and he's got it again. He's looking up to try and set up an offense. And that passed all the way down to Chalice in the low point. He takes it in as New Zealand gets a change. Burns goes back. He passes across the ice, gets it back himself. Chalice collects as that's off a skate. Back to Burns. He leaves it behind. It goes out of the zone. Lynn with it. Takes it in with a back pass. And a good one for YK Lynn. And that goes around to the far corner. The Zamboni doors over there. And it's McIntosh with it on the edge of his stick. And he skates it out. 2-on-4 here. He gains the zone. Good stick move, but it goes into the corner. A little bit of a high play there. We play on. Simon with it. Sends it in. Gets it back. And sends it around the boards. Going back to McIntosh. He is intercepted. And there's Sang with a good move as he comes in on his own. Passing. And as they tried to cross the crease there, they could not connect. Chinese Taipei with a dangerous counterattack. Probably should have shot that first, but
that's what I thought.
Sandoy with the puck as it goes out to Freer. Freer deflects it. It stays in play. And they play it up against the board. Devlin with it at the half board. He gets hit hard. And that goes to Freer. Goes out to neutral. Chinese Taipei coming up. It's Chen up the left side. Leaves it behind for Shen. But that's turned over. And here's a chance for Eden if he can outskate this puck. But he can't get there in time. Chi has it. Goes behind Xiao's net. Chi with the puck and holds on to it for a while. She just fires it into the New Zealand bench.
Yeah, heads up on the bench there for New Zealand. That one just fired straight at them. But great play by Sang here. And he could have shot this, but he went for the tough pass through the legs of number 4 for New Zealand there. Sandoy. And they didn't get a shot away on that one, which is unfortunate for them because that was a great opportunity.
That face-off won by Chinese Taipei, and they break out of the defensive zone. That's Pan with a shot into the corner. Daigle trying to send it out. That's deflected in front. Brooks with a good kick save as it was redirected on net. Chinese Taipei moving it around the ice quite well here, but that's a turnover. Kick to side. Devlin with it for a moment. That's skated in, and that's going to be a penalty on Daig. That is maybe a second one as that it's taken down. It's we'll see if Dalmato is going to also get the gate, but it is a holding call, and Chinese Taipei will go on the power play here.
Chinese Taipei definitely looking like the sharper of the two teams out at the start of this third period. They're moving the puck beautifully.
They just
And
came high stepping out of the gate, didn't they?
yeah, this speed is something else here.
Chen to take this one penalty here, 2 minutes for that hold against New Zealand. Chinese Taipei trying to level the score here at 2.
0 for 1 on the power play, Chinese Taipei.
And special teams playing a big part of this. Long shot. Brooks can't see that one for a moment. It gets deflected. He moves across the crease and stops what would have been a chance for Chinese Taipei. They couldn't get the second shot off. Sang with it. Sang gives it back up to the top. Lin gets deflected. H.J. Lin out to the other Lin. Back to Lin. To Sang. Sang walking it. Good move there, but loses it. Amston's chasing that. Sang. Lin. Lin. The Lin connection not there in that case. And that one goes out to Wu. To Sang. Sang on the blue line. Sang holds. To Lin. Low corner. Back to Sang on the point. Fakes the shot. High shot there. That's off target as Sang was trying to get that one outside. And that's going to go to the length of the ice. New Zealand going for a change here, as does Chinese Taipei with how much on
Just
that
under
one?
a minute.
There
on
we
the
go.
power
A minute
play.
done. And pass forward. Chinese Taipei on side here. Wen with it. Gives it back to Peng. Out to Pan. Far side. Pan. Playing catch with somebody there. I don't have a number. And a low shot that goes off target into the corner. To Pan. And that's to Lin. High shot and a deflection, but not on target. Chinese Taipei with a good chance there. Sandoy chases. Off to the half boards. High to Pan. Pan takes a slow shot, change up there, and that gets in on Brooks. Freer in front, and that is an important save for New Zealand.
Well, just the puck mover from Chinese Taipei on this power play has been fantastic. It's moving the puck fast, not just
Yeah. Quick,
across,
snappy
but
passes.
quick passes. And the shots, the player who's just finding himself in front is not getting enough body on him from the New Zealand defence to take that opportunity away. And so the tips have been about there for Chinese Taipei.
Chen to Shen, long shot in. That's Lee with a long one, and it's in front. Brooks holds on to it, and we'll do it again.
Good job by Brooksy there to cover that up and shut down that opportunity, because you need to break this momentum here. They're doing a great job snapping it around. Probably a few more shots from Chinese Taipei, perhaps.
So this power play about over with. You can hear the tapping of the goaltender's stick, and that ends it. 5-on-5 is where we're at. And a bit of a chase there by Carey. Good forecheck by New Zealand. But it's Wu and then Chen. Chen with some speed. Chen skating through. Chen drawing a penalty here. And they're going to call, looks like a trip.
A slash.
No, it's a slash.
Yeah, it didn't look like a trip. I thought he just lost his footing there.
It looked like an edge to me as well. We'll see that here as we go through.
Just a great little quick up pass.
Sorry, guys, I don't
Was
see
there
that one.
Slashing on another player there that we missed,
maybe something behind the play. perhaps.
but yeah, puts Chinese Taipei back on the power play. Third time tonight.
Yeah, well, they've got the taste for it now. So
Oh yeah, yeah they do.
Devlin to take for New Zealand. Chen getting the warning. Chen winning it. Back to Sang. Sang at the point. Holding on to it. To Lin. Sang. Having some trouble with it. To Lin. Passes low to Chen. Chen behind the net. Shot. Kick save by Brooks. Goes to Lin. Lin at the point. Goes a little lower to Chen. Sang at the top. Sang holds on to it. Trying to talk Devlin into coming after him. He doesn't. They stay in their zone. Skates all the way around, and that's a good deflection there by Lachlan Freer as he gets it out of the zone. That was an important time killer for New Zealand. When forward, Chinese Taipei come in. Got a couple of changes coming in. They're patient with it at the half boards. Up high. Low shot, kick save. And that's going to go out. It was Mo Peng with a good chance there, but it was Brooks seeing that all the way.
Yeah, big deflection came all the way out to Devlin, who got the clear and went for a change.
45 seconds to go as Chinese Taipei comes in. Peng with it in that low corner, leaves it for Wang out to Pan at the point. Pan changes the sides of the ice, goes out to the high slot. Peng, and a shot that's deflected in. It never gets on net. And a little bit of head down for the Chinese Taipei team. Just got a couple of passes there, and then it just didn't connect.
Yeah, it was the right idea. The New Zealand defense is just starting to adapt to this Chinese Taipei power play a little bit more now, I think.
And that's Mo Peng with it. Going out high to Pan. Over to the right side. Wen with it for a moment. Back to Pan. They've adapted to a 1-2-1 here as well with Burns down low. Pan has it. Long shot. That's deflected off of a shaft. I think that was Yang there. And that's going to be sent out. And that ends the penalty. 5-on-5 again. And that is offsides on Chinese Taipei. So we'll get a stop in play.
Well, New Zealand survived consecutive power plays for Chinese Taipei. There was a really good-looking couple of power plays from Chinese Taipei. But Aston Brooks in there keeping New Zealand ahead by 2-1. Just over 8 minutes gone in the third period. That was a tidy penalty kill from New Zealand.
They're going to move this one forward a little bit as that was an intentional offsides. McIntosh with it. He sends it forward. Rings around up to Eden. Eden gets the puck for a moment, but then it's turned back to Chinese Taipei. And that goes off the near boards here. Chinese Taipei trying to get out. They do. Simon kind of gets in the way of his guy there, and they're not going to give him icing. They're going to say that, and it was a funny bounce off the dasher, a chance there for Chinese Taipei, but they weren't expecting it as it crossed into the slot there with a good pass off the half boards. New Zealand moving that back out to neutral, and it's McIntosh and now Simon with control. That pass goes forward off of Lachlan Freer, goes into the corner. They're going to go for a change while Eden pinches that puck in at the half boards. He holds on to it. And New Zealand working to get their offense together. Shao with it in front. He's sliding across that puck, trying for a wraparound. Daig with it, exploring his options, then sends it back to Eden. He's in the low corner. He looks for a pass. He circles back instead, leaves it for McIntosh. McIntosh holding on to it. Three-man cycle on that right side. Now McIntosh moves it across, goes to the opposite corner, bounces it in, and that's going to be sent around and out of the zone. A good play there by Chen. Now Wu has it. He's going to come up 1-on-2. And a good defensive effort by Daigle. And then a shot comes in, and that's off target. Stays in at the point and goes low as it's Wu trying to chase Daigle down. Daigle has it. He gets it out of the zone, passes it around. And it's Audis with it as he's taken out by three players. And a penalty coming up here.
Whacked the stick away as Ian Audis was trying to grab it.
And that is
I think it's interference.
I think that's either interference or delay. We'll see, but it's definitely 2 minutes.
Just off the side of the screen there, but yeah, Ian Audis got surrounded by three players that got his stick knocked out of his hand, and as he went to grab it, they just swept it away from him.
That in a tight game like this, that is not the move.
You know, the funny thing, guys, is we were just talking about how the well-coached and disciplined Chinese Taipei is. That is an amazing mistake to make at this time.
Right in front of the ref there. No hesitation calling it.
But not one you see at this level very often. Chinese Taipei with a counterattack here. Lin with it. Takes a shot, and Brooks has to make a save on the power play. 2 shots in. That one by Chang. And they continue play. Brooks just let it go. But the offense starting for the team on the shorthanded, and that may go for icing, and it does. So Chinese Taipei bossing this power play to start with in the first 24 seconds.
I can I'm not a fortune teller and I can't see into the future, but I have a slight feeling that New Zealand might be practicing some power play in their next training session.
Yeah, I think it's just the speed of Chinese Taipei and the willingness to get in the face of the puck carrier.
Absolutely.
Yang wins that one. They almost give up a very close shot by Po-Siang Wang. He's just got his stick lifted at the last second. And that puck is battled for. Amston with it now up to Burns. New Zealand trying to gain the zone. They finally do send it around, and they'll start their offense here. Carey gets it, sends it to Atwell. D'Amato. Carey with it, takes a shot. That's knocked aside, goes into the corner. It's going to go to Amston at the point. Amston sends it back in. And that's passed across with a deflection, and it'll go out to neutral. Chalice has to control it. They go for some changes here. Amston trying to jump in on that, and another penalty here. That's going to be a hold against Chinese Taipei. 5-on-3 for 46 seconds coming up.
Well, they're not doing themselves any favors here, Chinese Taipei. It's just his feet weren't moving, just holding on, and it's 5-on-3 for 44 seconds, which is plenty of time for New Zealand to try and make this power play work. It's been sort of dysfunctional, but it's not because their own fault. It's Chinese Taipei.
Just so aggressive on the penalty kill, and New Zealand hasn't found any answers for it yet.
McIntosh wins this to Daigle, to Eden, back to Daigle, and they set up on the 5-on-3. An aggressive 2-1 by Chinese Taipei. Out to Eden. They're playing too high on this one. That's an unusual formation for a 5-on-3. Eden passing it back to Daig. Out to the side, back to Daig. Back to Eden. Eden passes it in front. Chance, and they can't get that shot to connect. That's going to go the length of the ice, and it'll be Chinese Taipei for a change as New Zealand resets their offense. Daigle up to Carey. He comes up the right side, catches him a little bit by surprise. He goes deep, looking for a pass. He sets up that pass to Daigle out at the point.
Here comes the player off the penalty box.
5-on-4, Eden with it. They go back to a 2-2 box. That's off the post. Comes back out. Carey at the point. Carey walks it in. Carey looking. Passes, looks for the give and go. Then it goes back to Eden. He hits the post. Just the low side of it. Eden gets it back, going behind the net. A chance there. It was Audis, I think. Eden with it. Eden low. Eden looking. Eden walking. Takes the shot, another one off the post. That goes high. Just the outside of the pipe there. And a chance in front by McIntosh. They continue with this as there's 33 seconds to go on the 5-on-4. Eden has it for a moment. Then it's stolen away. They have a chance to break here. Chinese Taipei taking a chance here. Pan with it up the left. Takes the shot. Tries to go 5-hole on Brooks. Brooks has to make the stop. And once again, the counterattack proving effective.
Absolutely. Big save there by Brooksy. You can see he's got that second player coming in there. Just held it as long as he could. Brooks didn't bite and come off that post. And, couldn't quite slide through the 5-hole.
Justin Day got good position there just to block off that pass. There wasn't really a chance for that pass to get through to the player in the middle there.
Atwell winning that face-off for New Zealand as they continue on this power play. One more chance to come in here with about 15 seconds to go. They leave that behind and have to reset. Passed forward to Burns. Burns is going to take it in, dump and chase. And that's going to be 5 seconds. Turned over and go back to neutral. We'll go back to 5-on-5 here. And they do just that. Burns takes it, flips it in this time, goes to the opposite corner. Atwell to chase in. Forces Chinese Taipei to go the inside route, but they do get it to neutral. Amston with it. Burns. And that goes into the corner there. Knocked to the side. And it is Regan trying to chase that puck down. And Chinese Taipei breaking out here. They've got a 3-on-4. Once again, trying to just take it as deep as they can before they get a change. But they're going to counter here. New Zealand with a chance as they try to get that out to neutral. They can't really force it forward. It does go in the zone. and comes right back out. Chinese Taipei pushed to the boards there. That was the captain, Lin, getting forced off that, and now Hayward Jones leaving it behind. Freer sending it in deep. Hayward Jones going behind the net to try to track that one down, but it's going to go the length of the ice. They will call icing, but it's not going to get there. They left to let it go. Devlin with it. Devlin looking up ice. Devlin forgetting the puck for a moment, then gets it back, sends it behind the net. Sandoy trying to pop it off the half walls there, and turned over to Chinese Taipei. It's in a dangerous spot. Ooh. A big save there by Brooks as Sandoy gives that up in a delicate spot. And Chinese Taipei with the puck and the momentum at the moment. Long shot in. Brooks kicks it away. And New Zealand looking to break that out. That is Sandoy with it. He gets 3 players around him. That's turned over. Wang with it. He's going to take a shot right in the breadbasket there for Brooks, and he holds on to it for a stop and play.
Well, even though New Zealand have had plenty of power play opportunities, this is an opportunity that Chinese Taipei have been making the most of all game. Turnovers by New Zealand, and it's been a period of pretty much Chinese Taipei shot dominance here, out shooting New Zealand, even though they've been shorthanded for a long time.
McIntosh gets that away from Yang, and an absolutely trucking move by Orr as he takes his player out when he was passing back in. Daigle sending it behind, and New Zealand holding onto the puck. Freer with a snow stop, and they send it around halfway. It's Eden with it, with a big pass out to McIntosh. He's one-on-one on the right side, looking for a pass coming into Orr. He doesn't make that pass. They get to the net. He leaves it outside, takes the shot. That's deflected away as Day can't get that through traffic. And Chinese Taipei looking to break out. They have numbers here, 3-on-3. And that's turned in to a backhanded wrister. That goes behind harmlessly, but Chinese Taipei keep it in. Chen throws it back in. Wu sends it back around. Chi has it now. Chi with it. Chi looking. He gets a pass in front. Brooks in a good spot there, saving that one. That's gone off to Lin. Lin on the right side, skating fast. Pass out to Chang. Chang holds on to it after he asks for it, and that puck never gets past Carey. That's deflected in, shot, and that's continuing offense by Chinese Taipei. Chang with it. Another block by Carey, not allowing that puck to get off the point, but Chinese Taipei continuing to hold possession. That stays in on the blue line. Extended possession here for Chinese Taipei. Daigle looking to clear the puck for Eden. Eden gets it taken off of his stick. That does go out to neutral. They'll get a change here, desperately needed by New Zealand. One of the Chinese Taipei players loses an edge over there. I think that was Yuquan Lin, and Sang sends it back to him. Must be okay there as he skates in. And that is on offside. Pan couldn't hold on to that blue line long enough.
What a sustained barrage of shots and plays there from Chinese Taipei. Just hemming New Zealand into their own zone there, tiring them out. And, I mean, the conditioning on Chinese Taipei, they are still going very, very strong here with 3 minutes left in this game.
Oh, they're absolutely outskating New Zealand at the moment. They're winning races to the pucks.
Atwell winning that face-off. Burns has it now. Burns with it, sends it halfway up, but Peng's going to intercept it. Mo Peng throwing it in, goes deep, and it'll be Hampson to Burns there, and they let that go. We'll see if that goes for icing. It does as Peng gets back.
Yeah, it really is. It's conditioning and speed and the skating ability of the Chinese Taipei players. They're hustling and they're fighting for every loose puck, and it's coming away for them more often than not.
Absolutely, just cycling it around, getting shots away, picking up the passes.
Chen Yang winning that face-off, but New Zealand getting the puck after that, and it's Amston as he's held for a moment. Not enough to draw a call, and Carey gets back as the forechecker of the moment. Gets it to Burns just as far as him as it stays in the offensive zone. Devlin with it. Devlin holds it in the corner looking for an outlet. Devlin goes to the point. Long shot in by Simon. That's deflected away. Chow knocking it back into the corner, and that's Devlin again Out to the point of Simon. Simon sending it around. Dalmato with it. Dalmato sending it behind. Devlin picking it up. Devlin looking for the give and go. Can't quite connect there. And that's Audis with it. Audis with a shot. Xiao trying to knock it away. Another shot that bounced off the kick, off the pad there for a kick save, but it was more of a pass off the pad there. It just didn't quite come off. Devlin passes it forward to Dalmato. Dalmato takes the shot as Devlin charges the slot, but it doesn't quite connect. And Chinese Taipei right on the counterattack there. That is Zhu Lin sending it behind Brooks' net. Out to Sang. Sang. And a stop in play and a penalty coming up. And a timeout being called by Chinese Taipei with a hook on the boards.
Yeah, Ivan Dalmato going to sit for 2 minutes at a crucial time of the game. Only a minute and 11 seconds left. And New Zealand had a good shift, but it really hasn't felt like they've been in the zone on offense much this period. And now they have to kill a penalty towards the end of this game with a slim 1-goal lead.
Guys, if I can jump in here from what I'm seeing, this feels like a stalemate. Like nobody wants to make a mistake. They want to kind of push, pull, whatever, but not really just go after something for fear of losing the counterattack. In both cases, they call a strategic timeout here to get their best players back on the ice for the last 70-some seconds of the third period. I can expect that they will continue with an empty net over there. So this will be a 6-on-4 power play, but
no, looks like Xiao is going to
Xiao is going to come back out,
which is unusual.
I think they're going to just wait and see if they're going to win possession.
Yep.
If they get possession, I have a good feeling that he's going to make a run for the bench there.
They have waited a while on this, but I thought this was finally going to be where they do. Then they put him back out there. So Xiao is in net, 5-on-4 here, and a big face-off win as that goes off the glass past Sang, and Chinese Taipei have to collect the puck on their end of the ice. It'll be Peng sitting there on the blue line waiting for this puck to come up. 2 on the blue line, actually, for Chinese Taipei. They skate in, and the play is on as they come in with some speed. That is Sang hitting the brakes, going out to the point, holding on to it, gets it back, empty net now, 6-on-4 coming in as the other player comes on the ice. And New Zealand under the gun here as they have just a minute to go, and a shot, McIntosh with a shot and an empty net goal.
Colin McIntosh
just throwing up 3-pointers.
Johnny on the spot, got the intercept, and the power play that's been working so well for Chinese Taipei has failed them here right at the end.
That one pass and steal there, the benefit, if you can say that, of being on the penalty kill when there's an empty net is there is no downside to taking a chance.
Absolutely,
and that one paid off.
Absolutely not. And of all the people to pick a pass and have an open shot on an empty net, Colin McIntosh is not the person you want to have the puck.
Now they're still on the penalty kill, New Zealand, so they're down 2. We would assume they will continue this 6-on-4 as much as they can. We'll see. But at the moment, Xiao still in the goal, which is a surprise to me. Being 2 down, there's no real benefit.
15 seconds left
on that, and they time running out for Chinese Taipei. Sang with it, he gives it up, gets it back. Big shot coming in, never gets through. And this tight game is going to come down to. Oh, there's another one that was just off. I think that was a stick save there by Brooks. And awesome. Chinese Taipei runs out of time. New Zealand taking this one 3-1.
You were saying before about them leaving the goalie in net for Chinese Taipei. Tournament like this, goals against are so important. It could mean the difference at the end.
That is a very good point. There are teams that are in those situations that every goal does matter. So that might have played into that. We don't know. We're speculating, but that was the third goal for New Zealand was finally. I don't. For as long as we were in the building last week, and this is the most relief I've felt collectively. Everybody in here that's a New Zealand fan just exhaled once McIntosh hit that goal.
Absolutely. That was a big goal to score. Very much so. Because, you don't want Chinese Taipei on that power play any longer.
And we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go. We'll have the ceremonies and such here, but I do want to say, we'll get back to this, but I think Chinese Taipei, they might have lost against the run of play here. It's close. It's really close.
Well, that third period felt very much in favor of Chinese Taipei.
Yeah. So we have national anthem coming up. Is that right?
We'll do the player of the day for each team first. Announced, chosen by the coaches, I believe, for each team. So after this, then we'll go to the national anthem of New Zealand for winning. Number 25 for Chinese Taipei, Xiao Po Yu is the player of the day for Chinese Taipei. Really great performance from him. Just waiting on the announcement for New Zealand's player of the day. And number 1, Aston Brooks. So both goalies getting adjudged player of the day by the coaches of the teams. And there was a lot of shot on, and both goalies really deserved that award.
Absolutely. Number 1 on the ice, number 1 in our hearts.
Well, that's a picture that they'll enjoy forever, goalie fraternity, right?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
But you're right. They both deserved it. They both played